So in this video, I wanted to give a sort of short overview of the mass calculator, which has been very popular. I put this together in order to give a simple spreadsheet for people to use for either whole groups or for just individual athletes as well, based on maximal aerobic speed, which is a really useful measure of aerobic fitness and is related to things like total distance achieved in team sports. And the main benefit of this is it enables you to spend less time worrying about the maths behind it and just being able to plug in the numbers and then coach. So to kind of do the work for you and to save you that effort up front. On the first sheet here in the by mass score, what this enables you to do is enter in the distance that the the test was done over. So 1462 would be 16 pitch length. This can be any number of different distances, but generally a test needs to be between 5 to 7 minutes for it to be a true reflection of mass. Then along the bottom here, we've got different scores that are achieved, and it ranges from 5 minutes and 5, which would be absolutely elite, all the way through to sort of 7:20. You can of course add in and change this number down here to make this a little bit longer if you want to. This will automatically calculate the mass score, and then it will give you prescriptions for a range of different distances based for both time-based intervals and distance-based intervals. So the time-based intervals here, we've got 10, 15, 20, 30, 60, and 120. And then the distance-based intervals, we've got 100, 400, and 1,000, but you can update these over here. So you'll see what happens if we change 10 to 30. It will change the distance target for each individual player. But obviously 120% for 30 seconds is very high intensity, so you might drop that to say 105 or 110, and the same thing will happen there. What you can also do is sort of, again, just prescribe then for an individual and give them a whole profile. So if you're just working with one athlete, you can plug the numbers in, see exactly where their number sits. Let's say they get 6 minutes. You know what their mass score is. You've then got a set of prescriptions for anywhere up to 9 different conditioning sessions. So hopefully pretty helpful. This second sheet by player, again, is for team-based prescriptions. So you can change all of the different names here. You can enter in their actual mass score now once you know it into this, and it'll update all the prescriptions. So you'll see what happens if we change that to 4.3. The numbers will update. And then it also gives you the time and distance-based intervals. The use of this sheet is a sheet for a whole squad worth of athletes to be able to give them running, specific running targets for the different conditioning type sessions. And you can customize the intervals that you want to give them. So if it's 10 on, 10 off, 15 on, 15 off, 20 off, 20 on, 20 off, that kind of thing. Or distances, you can update that and the mass percentage too. Then you've just got a very simple kind of bar chart that just represents visually where the different players are. So this could be maybe something just to use as like a reference point, or it could be something to feed back to the squad if that was appropriate. It might be something to feed back to the head coach if you're an S&C coach, or if you're an individual player, perhaps it's just useful for comparing yourself with other players in the squad. And then finally, we've got a useful session planner. So if you're wanting to prescribe session then for, say, 20 different athletes, this will pull the data out of the by player sheet over here that you've entered in. And so it automatically tells you what the target distance is. So let's say today we're going to do 20 on, 20 off at 115% of maximal aerobic speed. You've now got a distance target for all the different players. Or let's say, for example, we're just going to do pitch lengths today. So that's 91 meters of a hockey pitch. And we're going to try and achieve this at 110% of maximal aerobic speed. Again, each player's now got a time to try and achieve that in, ranging from 18, 19 through to 17 and then up to 21 seconds. Everyone's got an individual target there. So hopefully a really useful, really useful sheet, and hopefully saves you lots of time. You can just focus on the coaching and not worrying about having to put all the maths together to kind of design the sessions. That you can just literally plug the numbers in and then crack on with the session, which hopefully saves lots of time and effort and energy. So you can just focus on the coaching, which is the exciting bit. The other useful thing is the anaerobic speed reserve calculator. If you really want to optimize the conditioning sessions, then you can of course use that instead. That's also available in the product store as well.